guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be telling you some scary stuff, paranormal things that happened to me, and they're kind of scary, but like, I don't know. So the first thing is when I first moved into my house. So I've been living at my one house for about 4 years now, and when I first moved in, well, when my family first checked it out, we were like, okay, this is pretty good. It's big enough for like all 5 of us. And so we were looking at it and we're like, okay, is there anything wrong with the house? And the guy's like, there's one thing that is wrong with the house, but I'm pretty sure it won't affect you by living there. And we're like, okay, it must not be that bad. So we're like, okay, what is that? And he's like, well, a long time ago, there was a couple people that died in this house. And I'm like, oh crap, like, there's gonna be some paranormal shit going on. And so then he's like, yeah, all these people died in your house. Like, your house was rebuilt after this old lady died in a fire. And I'm like, oh shit, Grandma's gonna come for us for living in this house that she lived in. I'm like, please no, Grandma. So then he's like, yeah, she died in the bathtub. And in my bathroom, above the bathtub on the wall, there is a face sculpture in the wall. Literally a face. And I tell my mom that there is a face sculpture in the wall, and she does not believe me. She thinks that I'm going insane for this, just because of that one thing that that guy said. And so then I'm like, oh my gosh, like, this can't get any worse than what it already is. And I'll be putting a picture in here too of what that looks like. And so I got really scared. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, that, like, I don't know if that is who it is. But then he's like, and there was a little boy that died in your house. I'm like, oh crap. Like, little boy in my house is scary. Like, I know it doesn't seem scary to you, but it seems scary to me. So he's like, yeah, there's this little boy that died in your house. He died of, like, a sickness that wasn't curable at the time, but it is now. I forget what it's called, though. And I'm like, okay, that's not that bad. Like, he died of natural causes. Or, like, yeah. And so I'm like, that's not that bad. Like, he probably died a little happy, or, like, not that much in pain. I don't know. And then he's like, and this girl died too. She died in the basement. I'm like, that is where my room's gonna be, sir. Like, hold on a second. And he's like, she fell down the stairs and did not fully die while falling down the stairs. She had, like, brain damage. She had internal bleeding in her brain. And so then she walked a couple more steps and then, like, finally died. And that was in front of my room, where my room is now. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to die in this house. So then a couple days later, when we got the house, my sister was born. She, like, grew up, and then, like, a couple years later, this is when it started to get weird. So my sister was taking a bath, and everything was normal. My older sister was bathing her. My mom was at home. My dad was sleeping. It was, like, a normal family thing. Like, so then my little sister starts crying. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, what is this now? Like, what did my sister do now that she's so stupid to do to my younger sister. Then I walk in, like, what the heck is going on? And she's like, I don't know. She just started screaming. And, like, she hopped out of the bathtub and almost hit her head off the toilet because she was so scared of what, like, she saw. So she's like, my older sister was trying to calm her down. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, what's going on? And she's like, I don't know. I'm trying to ask her what happened. And my sister wouldn't say anything. Like, oh, it was so bad. It was like a haunted, like a horror movie in real life. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So we keep on asking her, like, what happened? What did you see? And she's like, and she just stops crying. And she's like, I saw a little boy, like, with a serious face too.